Okay. um, Fortunately or unfortunately, it's been a while since I had a good hair day. But I have a good teeth day. Got some good work done in the old teeth, and I don't have to wear these plug-ins to try to hide that hole that was sitting in my teeth for some time. Hmm. All I want for Christmas is a new front tooth. Well, I am, once again, in the midst of dramatic change. So it's dramatic when it's occurring to us. And otherwise, it just sounds dramatic when somebody's blah, and they're like, oh, you're pretty dramatic about your change. And when this thing is happening internally, and we have the construct that there were times when the world, especially in our very young years, there was times when the world was just too much for us. And then it was taken up a notch and our system got overwhelmed. And that part of us that couldn't take that just went inside somewhere. And then some other part that is sometimes referred to as our child adaptive part came in to save the day. And that part remains at that age until the original part comes back. And that original part, from my perspective, doesn't come back unless the time's just right. And sometimes for the adaptive part, it doesn't feel just right because the adaptive part is like, who is this interloper? I took over and it's my job now. And this interloper is really just an aspect of our soul. And so none of them are interlopers. The adaptive child is the part that could handle what was going on, and the part that couldn't handle what was going on, we could call our traumatized self, and oftentimes very young. So when the traumatized part that kind of never grows up, when the adaptive part that kind of never grows up shows up on the scene, they're usually like having a tantrum with their wife about dinner or whatever. I mean, it can go deeper than that, but oftentimes that's what'd you say? What? Yeah, and there's a lot of energy there. And that energy is the energy of the unresolved trauma that was just an overwhelming experience when we're in the womb, 3 months old, 3 years old, 12 years old, 25 years old, whatever. When something overwhelming happened and our nervous system couldn't deal with it at the time, that part of us went underground. And the idea is that it would be good to get all parts of ourselves back. That's my idea, and many others. But today I started off writing a post about the Mayan calendar. And so I did write the post, but I got off one track and onto another. So I'm just going to read you the track and see if you like it. And you can read it yourself because it will be a post at some point. But here are the words. Okay. Yesterday, according to the Mayan calendar, was the beginning of the 4th month. The lunar tone 4 is the self-existing moon of form. And just the term self-existing is interesting to think about. For example, who is self-existing? So even in our own psyche, there are many parts. And I don't think I can say that any of them are self-existing. And is our planet self-existing? Maybe I could look at it that if it wasn't for self, would there be existence? And was there ever a time when we didn't exist? And can we remember a time when we didn't exist? And if we do remember, were we the only one that existed? And some say that the construct, which means creation, called God, all of a sudden decided to create this world, and did so, as one of the stories goes, in 7 days. Although the last day, I think, was a day off, so he might have created the world in 6 days, and the seventh day was a holy day, later changed to holiday. And the creation said, heck yeah, we need a day off. Creation can wear a person out. Now that I am what? Self-existing? But who are all these other clowns? Oh, right. These are the other self-existers. And they're trying to take my stuff. This means we got to go to war so we can keep our stuff or take other stuff. And the male creator God said, and this is good. And all the little creation said, right. Because if the big dog said it, and a self-existing someone said, the big dog makes no mistakes. And the self-exister said, wait just a minute there, buddy. What if I don't buy that shift? And on the argument went until someone said, what if all this is a bunch of hooey, Dewey, and Louie? And so it was. No goddess, no creation. And you know where that leaves us. Now here. Creators are us. We get to create. And you better watch out. You better all cry. You have a right to just pout. I'm telling you why. If we are one, and there is only one, then all of us created this shift. The good news is that if we all created this, we can all recreate it. And the big dog, each one of us, said, yes. We have a divine right given to us, by us, for us, because we created and can all change the direction we're going. What am I suggesting here? Really,